I accidentally dropped this $4,000 scope off of a tripod. Then I drowned it in the river. Does it survive? Let's find out. I've only been holding this up for a couple minutes, and I know I'm not as strong as most of you guys that are watching this, but my arms are shaking holding this 3-pound brick up without a tripod. Is the vibration of the diesel engine too much for the stabilization inside the Swarovski spotting scope? We're gonna jump in, hook this up, and see if it works. I actually have the ability now to zoom in without getting all shaky. The truck rumbling shakes just enough. The deer is right behind that grass, so you can kind of see it. Now again, this isn't 100% what your eye's gonna see. This is just the best we can do to visually show you guys. This might give you a better visual. You got one bedded down right here. It just stood up, but you can kind of see it's shaking. And it does good for the most part, but there still is a little bit of vibration. I brought the big guns. So we're gonna blow on it and see what happens. And then after that, I'm gonna zoom into the 34 power, blow the wind, again, just so you can see the stabilization. There's deer in here, so let's see what happens when we make some wind.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
That was not supposed to happen. That was an accident. We were gonna do a drop test, but I was not planning to drop it from this high up. I'm about 5'10", 5'11", so that was a pretty good fall. I'm gonna adjust these legs so we can do the wind test a little bit better. That was a mistake. Oops. Let me get the big guns again. Hopefully we don't get it blown over. So I'm gonna do like gusts of wind. Okay, so we got a little bit of that. That's at 14. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in all the way to 34 or 35. Make sure it's nice and focus. And let's do that same thing. I am surprised. That fall, it is pretty rugged. It has, I didn't even put one of the cases on yet because we just got this, but it's stood up. The stabilization is still working, which is good. Falls into the water, fully submerged. Now I'm gonna let it sit for about 1 minute, then I'm gonna pull it up. And then when I go back to film the low light, we're gonna see if there's any fogging. I'm a little nervous. I see some air bubbles coming out of the scope. Now, I know that if you were to drop this, you wouldn't let it sit for a minute, but you never know what might happen. Stabilization, but green did turn off. So I don't know if that's because water got in here or not. We'll find out. Okay, it seems to be working. I'm gonna turn it off to make sure I'm not just, oh yeah. It's working. About 40 minutes after sunset, I can still see through the spotting scopes. We have a couple deer bedded down. So it's doing pretty good. It's about 45 minutes after sunset, and I cannot see, since I already had them on a deer, I know they're a deer, but if I was glassing, it would be tough for me to realize that it was a deer. Swarovski says that if you leave the spotting scope on, that it'll automatically turn off after about 5 minutes or go into like a hibernation mode. So I left it on to see if the battery would last. In case you were out hunting and you accidentally threw it in your pack and you forgot about it, would you still have battery the next day? So let's see if we can get it turned on. The battery is dead, my friends. So I don't know if the if it goes inactive for 5 minutes, that it turns off, if it technically turns off, or if it was the cold that killed the battery. But either way, that is not a good sign, because if you're out hiking and, you know, sometimes you throw something in and you forget to turn it off or whatever, that's an issue. The biggest problem that I see with this is there is no way to charge the battery while the battery is still in it. You have to pull it out. And if you're going backpacking or something, you have to pack this along. If this gets dropped or damaged, you can't charge this battery. So you have to get a new one. And that really sucks if you're 3 days in on a 7-day backpack hunt. The other thing too is you can't just bring extra batteries along. Yeah, you can buy extra batteries, but it doesn't take a normal AA or AAA batteries. So you have to either buy an extra one of these, make sure they're fully charged, or make sure you have multiple ways. We don't really want to destroy this, but we wanted to field test it. What, like everyday hunting, what would that look like? Every day out backpacking, looking for birds, whatever. We wanted to see, is this durable, and is the $4,000 Soro tax on this guy worth it? And I would say maybe.